I will thank you for meeting with me today. So I want to talk to you about social games and their sustainability in the market, as well as other practices in the larger scope of casual games. So to start off, what's one of your favorite games? Social games.
One of my favorite social games. So a couple that I'm playing a lot right now are Dragonvale. It's a game where you raise little dragons. It's actually one of the most popular games on the iPhone right now. And this other one called Tree Life, but I'm playing it because my friend made it. Nick Bryce, he actually took this class too.
Alright, so that you enjoy playing those games, but what's the monetization strategy behind them?
So it's weird because enjoying playing those games is kind of a weird distinction. It's not necessarily a lot of times that you enjoy playing them. It's like you feel compulsively that you have to play them because basically the people that have designed them have made it so psychologically you get dependent on playing them just because they reward you so much. A lot like gambling. Speaking
of the compulsion to continue playing, that is something Farmville is somewhat known for. What's your take on Farmville as a social game?
So I think Farmville's a really good example of it because if you look kind of on the App Store or even on Facebook, games like Farmville have kind of low ratings in terms of the rating for the app because people there's not enough game there for people to say, oh man, I really love playing this. Like if you look at a game like Draw Something, a game like Words with Friends, a game like Scramble with Friends, those are also social games. I mean, you're playing with other people all the time, but they have all this game mechanic behind them that you really love playing them because you just love playing that game. They have 4 or 5-star ratings when a game like Farmville will have a 2 or a 3-star rating. But people still play it just because it's so popular and because they kind of just get addicted to it.
So then those games that you mentioned, that players like to play them just as games and not just the compulsion factor. Where do you see them growing into because people actually enjoy playing them? Do you see them having an advantage over the games where the companies have to spend a lot of money to attract new users, such as Farmville?
So that's a really interesting thing that's going on in the market right now. So there's 2 different types of social games. There's the ones with lots of underlying game mechanics and the ones that don't really have that much. The ones that don't have that much rely a lot on spending money to acquire their users. And something that's interesting that's going on right now is some of the big foreign companies that, there's this company Gree, that is such a popular social platform in Japan that it actually devalued Japanese currency because their currency got so valuable. So they just made the move into America, and they are spending so much money advertising their game that it's actually raised the price for everyone else to advertise. And it's actually getting to the point where companies are losing money acquiring users. So it actually costs more to get one user to play your game than the average user will spend while playing your game. So it's creating this dynamic where these players are going to be playing less. But then there's a game that's actually really fun where you have this kind of inherent marketing that if you're playing Scramble with Friends and you think it's really fun, or you're playing Draw Something and you think it's really fun, you're going to play a lot, people are going to see you playing it, and you're going to tell people how awesome it is. I mean, I was in a cab over the weekend and my friend was like, hey, look at this. What did this person draw for me and Draw Something? Will you help me out? That's not going to happen in Farmville. No one's going to say, hey, will you help me farm my farms? So those are the types of games that I think are really going to thrive. And as the market gets more competitive, I think you will see a return to kind of the core games coming back. And I think that, not to discount those old games like Farmville, I think that they were kind of gateway games for lots of people who didn't necessarily play a lot of games before that they realized how much they enjoyed games, and I think that it'll help those people get into playing a lot more games in the future.